Hey there friends, and welcome to Laugh Napkin. My name is Frank, and today we'll be looking at another super satisfying story from r/idontworkehrelady. This story is actually a double whammy. OP encounters the same crazy Karen twice in 1 week at different stores. I hope you're ready for this one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I thought with escaping retail 2 years ago mostly unscathed that I would never have to deal with a Karen. I was wrong. Let's meet the cast. You got me, dumb Karen, Walmart employee, and my former manager. So this week, I actually get to be home for a few days. I'm an over-the-road truck driver that runs dedicated loads every week across country and nowhere near home. My co-driver, also known as my dad, and I pretty much run 40 plus weeks out of the year and usually take a solid month off or so when we want to be home or go on vacation out of the country. Any other time is just a day or two here and there when we just so happen to get into town. But this time we got to go home for a solid week. You know what that means? Home cooked meals. I love to cook, and so to do so, I needed fresh groceries. Stupid me decided to run to Walmart solo instead of the neighborhood grocery store down by my house, and boy do I regret that now. I actually enjoy Walmart, much to everyone's shock. I'm a former employee, you see, an ex-cashier, that according to my former coworkers have an unshakable customer service persona that couldn't be wavered by 2 years of retail abuse. I actually rather like the job, being the people pleaser that I am, and I had quite a number of regulars and employees that I still like to chat with when I'm out shopping. This day, I finished with my catching up, and I moved deeply into my hunt for the ingredients I needed for a new recipe I was eager to try. I was having trouble finding a certain spice among the variety before me when it happened. The classic Karen throat clearing. Full disclosure, I have no idea how long the women I looked up to find glaring at me had been trying to get my attention. I had on my Blue Parrot headset that I usually wear when driving, and at the time was using it to ironically listen to scary Walmart stories by a YouTuber while my eyes were scanning the shelves and checking the recipe list on my phone. Needless to say, I hadn't been looking for human interaction at that moment. But like usual, my knee-jerk customer service persona, which is me just giving a polite smile and friendly eyes, kicked in, and I shifted my cart away from the shelves while also muting my phone. Me. I'm sorry if I'm dumb Karen. You shouldn't ignore a customer like that. It's so unprofessional. Honestly, why do they appoint barely teenagers to management? Dumb Karen scolds me a bit more, ranting about management meaning experience. But really, I only paid attention to the first thing she said to me. My mind had wandered off, looking from her to down at myself. To her credit, I was dressed nice, but not exactly what I call professional, with pastel pink capris, flouncy olive green blouse, and shiny metallic bronze flats. What can I say? I like to dress nice and colorful when I'm not at risk of getting diesel on my clothes. Dumb Karen was a middle-aged, local classic pain in the behind whose sense of fashion hurt my eyes. This one looked like she just rolled out of the trailer park wearing a camo hoodie with pink-black workout pants that probably had never seen the inside of a gym, lime green running shoes, and bottle blonde hair done up in a ponytail pulled through the back of a very loved baseball cap. To complete the look, she had a huge Coach purse sitting in her buggy besides her, a bag even I know costs more than her entire outfit times 3. Yeah, typical Karen for where I'm from. Me. Listen, I don't work here. If you need help with something though, all you need to do is press the button and it will call someone for you. I gestured to a need help call button located on the post about 2 paces behind me up the aisle. Usually I wouldn't mind helping someone who couldn't find something. I had former customers ask for my help all the time, and if I wasn't busy and they were nice, or just elderly, I was a big hit with the elderly because I'm a sucker for little old ladies. So far, dumb Karen wasn't any of those things, and she had a perfume on that was making my nose itch, so I was hoping to shoo her away. No such luck. Dumb Karen scowls at my suggestion. Dumb Karen, why are you lying? You work here. You've checked me out numerous times and I don't appreciate being lied to. The nerve. To be honest, I felt this mixture of confused resignation and completely dropped my smile and sighed. I'm only as nice as I want to be. In truth, I have a resting bee face that makes me very unapproachable according to my best friends. Me, listen, I don't work here anymore and I'm in the middle of getting my own groceries. So let's just not. Turning back to the shelf of spices, I check my phone again before glancing over the selection before finally finding what I needed. Just as I move to put it in my buggy and move along with my day, I get a sharp, nasty pain inside of my head. I yelped. Probably louder than necessary, but I was so caught off guard by the pain that I didn't care. Plus, I'm very tender-headed. See, apparently the dumb Karen was not happy with me and grabbed a hold of my headset and yanked it off my head. Unfortunately for me, I have very thick, very wavy hair that for some reason or another people envy. Not me though, and especially not when the headrest of my headset tangled in my hair from the way she was trying to snatch it off. And instead, she ended up yanking and pulling out a few more than a few strands of my hair. Even with such a yank, she didn't manage to free it from my hair, and just ended up dropping it, causing the headset to tangle further in my hair and cause gravity to yank my hair mercilessly again. Most people would have stopped and apologized after realizing what they'd done. Not dumb Karen though. Dumb Karen, don't you dare walk away from me. How dare you speak to me in that way? I don't care if you're management now or what. You still work at effing Walmart. You're still not as important as me. Her last comment made me pause in the midst of me trying to free my hair from my headset, eyes watering, scalp throbbing. I've always hated how people look down on people working at Walmart. Majority of the cashiers and floor associates that I knew at the store were either students or were retired professionals like teachers, nurses, office workers. Most of our older staff were just part-timers to have something to do. I was pissed. Me, I don't work here. Dumb Karen, not this again. I told you, me cutting her off. I don't work here, I don't work here, I don't work here, I don't work here. I just kept repeating myself, getting louder and louder until I was practically screaming at her, making her back away from me. Something I had learned early on as a child was that I was the last kind of person people expected to hear yell. I don't know if it's the way I look or just a vibe I give off. I don't know. But either way, I've learned to use it to my advantage to get people to back off. But the screaming also started to draw attention to us as people started coming to the aisle to see what was happening. Among the people included a Walmart employee I was familiar with, even though she started after I left, and my former manager. By the time they showed, I had finished screaming and was now just glaring at the shell-shocked and probably embarrassed dumb Karen who was red in the face. Walmart employee, what's going on here? Is someone hurt? Dumb Karen points a finger at me first as I'm catching my breath and have started fiddling with my hair again trying to get it untangled. Dumb Karen, this girl went crazy when I tried to ask her where something is and started screaming in my face and even swung at me. She needs to go to jail or at least be fired. By the end of her big speech, big crocodile tears were streaming down her face, and one of the random customers who had come to watch us was patting her shoulder and trying to console her. The Walmart employee and my former manager turned to me just as I finally get my headset free with a good clump of hair still wrapped around the headrest, and I look up, meeting their gazes. Former manager, OP? Are you alright? What happened? Why were you screaming? What's with all the hair? Former manager, bless her, didn't even wait for my response. I really wasn't in a state of mind to give one, as I tend to go mute when I get very, very upset, as she looked from my distraught face to my hand still holding the headset and a mess of hair hanging limply from it, before turning back to dumb Karen, who was quietly regaling some of the crowd with just how horrific I had been. Former manager, excuse me, but can you tell me what happened again? And also perhaps tell me why OP is holding a chunk of her hair? Dumb Karen, what about her hair? I told you, she attacked me. I'm the victim here. Are you believing her over me because she's your employee? Walmart employee, that still doesn't answer her question. Did you pull out OP's hair? What kind of person does that? The crowd begins to murmur, and dumb Karen obviously realizes she's losing popular opinion. In the meantime, I'm starting to calm down and rub at my scalp trying to dissipate the pain. Luckily, no blood. Dumb Karen, I was just asking her a question and she ignored me. I pulled off her headphones to get her to listen to me. It's not my fault she doesn't brush her hair. Walmart employee: that's assault. Why would you ever put your hands on someone? And now you're telling everyone that she attacked you? What's the matter with you? Former manager: I think it's time we called for the sheriff's department. Dumb Karen's eyes widen as she seems to come to the realization that she might have screwed with the wrong person. But as I said before, I can be nice when I want to. Me: I'm fine. Just make her leave me alone. I don't want to spend one of my precious nights at home with a police officer unless he's buying me dinner. This made the crowd laugh. Former manager: Are you sure, OP? Me: No, but I have cold things to get home, a dinner to cook, and my dad's probably wondering what's taking so long. To that, former manager nodded and forced Dumb Karen to follow her while the crowd quickly dispersed and went back to their own shopping. Walmart employees stayed with me, and we chatted while I got the last few things I needed and went to checkout. Former manager came up to me after I finished paying and told me she'd had the woman banned from the store. To be honest, that really sucks for her because this is one of the only Walmarts in this county, and the closest Walmart I know of is over a 40-minute drive from where I live. Apparently though, I wasn't the first person she had harassed here, although all the others had been actual employees, and the security feed that she reviewed clearly showed the woman trying to snatch off my headset. Former manager tells me that if it would have been her, she would have socked the woman in the mouth, which is really surprising because former manager was a former elementary school teacher who taught for close to 40 years before retiring and taking up the management position to stay active and supplement her income. Former manager has the patience of a saint, but says she wouldn't have hesitated to backhand Dumb Karen after I explained to her what Dumb Karen had said to me. We chatted some more, laughed a bit, and then I went home. I'm sorry it was so long, but I just had to get it out of my system in order to sleep tonight. I knew there were irate people in this world, but I never thought I'd meet such a self-entitled Karen in real life. Okay guys, I know it sounds like it's over because this story is already super crazy, but OP has updated this post with a second story at a different location with the same Karen, and it gets crazy. So here we go. Update: I take it back. I should have had her arrested the first go around. This woman has made my nice peaceful week at home a freaking nightmare. Yes, I ran into Dumb Karen again today, but this time at Lowe's. So let's meet the cast. Dumb Karen, me, Awesome Dad, Lowe's employee, and Lowe's manager. So I decided to run another errand while I was home for the week. This time it was to Lowe's to pick up some mulch for Awesome Dad's newly built raised flower beds and a few odds and ends like metal piping, spray paint, and screws for a home project I decided to start. Awesome Dad is a few aisles over from me picking up the spray paint while I was looking at screws and chatting with Lowe's employee for a few minutes about my cat. I own a Sphinx cat, a hairless cat, named Pan, who will go with me anywhere if I'd let him. Since Lowe's is pet friendly, he usually tags along with me every trip and sits in the child seat without complaint the whole time. All of the staff here adore him and are constantly stopping me for a visit and a chat. Lowe's employee being the most often to visit because her section is right next to the main entrance. After Lowe's employee leaves to check her section, but not before promising to bring back some cat treats for Pan, I turn my attention back to the screws. I kid you not, mere seconds after Lowe's employee leaves, I hear someone growl out, "You!" I turn around wide-eyed to find Dumb Karen standing there behind her cart glaring at me. Let me note before this exchange that I'm wearing jean shorts, a red blouse with bandana prints, flip-flops, and my hair pulled up with a scrunchie. I was the definition of non-professional attire, and I certainly don't look like a Lowe's associate. Dumb Karen: So this is where you work. Me: Sorry? Dumb Karen: Oh, you will be sorry. Where's your manager? I demand you to get him for me right now. I want you fired after what you did to me the other day. I'll admit, I wasn't on my best game at this moment. It had been a long day. Awesome Dad and I spent most of it out in the yard checking on the progress of the lawn. We had laid grass seed before we went back to work at the end of May, and also shoveling soil into the raised flower beds. I was sun tired, and this woman had enough malice to knock the wind out of your sails. Me: I don't work here either, lady. Dumb Karen: Liar! I saw you talking with your coworker. No one talks that much with staff unless you're an employee. Now get me your manager now." Her comment really irritated me. By her logic, I should also work at the bank, the water company, the electric company, the Dollar General, Witt's Barbecue, the Pilot, and pretty much everywhere else I run errands in town, especially the places I take Pan. He's such a well-behaved baby, and an easement for people to approach me and strike up conversation. Plus, I really do enjoy talking with people, but this woman acted like anyone working or making a living was beneath her. It disgusted me. Me, "Are you deaf? I don't work here. And Lowe's employee and I were just talking about my baby here." Dumb Karen, "Baby?" Confused dumb Karen peeks around me at Pan, sitting there doing his best yoga pose with back leg thrown high in the air while he cleaned his leg. Dumb Karen shrieks, making me step back into the shelves because damn, I was not expecting that. Meanwhile, Pan doesn't even acknowledge her. He's too busy cleaning and used to loud noises from living on a truck. Dumb Karen, "What is that hideous creature?" Me, Whoa, hang on, wait a minute." Dumb Karen, "How dare you bring that disgusting thing into a store? It's a naked rat." Me, "It's my cat, you dummy." I actually think the woman was getting ready to throw something at me and or Pan if Lowe's employee didn't appear coming up the aisle followed by Awesome Dad. Lowe's employee, "Ma'am, would you please calm down?" OP, "What's going on?" Dumb Karen, "This girl brought a disgusting creature into the store. Get me a manager. I want her fired and banned." Lowe's employee, "Disgusting?" Awesome Dad, "Fired?" Lowe's employee, "Ma'am, this is a pet-friendly store, and Pan is a welcome guest. He may be unusual looking, but he's a very good fur baby." Dumb Karen, "That thing is an abomination. What if children saw it? It's licking its junk." Well, that was true. Pan had moved further south with his cleaning, and was still completely oblivious to the crazy lady. While Lowe's employee was defending my little Pan's honor, Awesome Dad nudged me to get my attention. Awesome Dad, "What the hell's going on with this woman?" Me, "Remember that stupid woman I told you about that thought I still worked at Walmart?" Awesome Dad, "The one that pulled out your hair when she tried to snatch off your headset?" Me, "Uh-huh." And that's when Awesome Dad's eyes went from mildly annoyed to fully pissed off. I wish there was an analogy for dads like there is for moms. You know, Tiger Mom or Mama Bear. Awesome Dad really deserves one, especially when he's upset on my behalf. Awesome Dad has a big heart and is a surrogate dad to any and all who need one, but biologically I'm his only child. I'm his #1 priority, and dumb Karen dared to mess with me. Awesome Dad, "Tell Lowe's employee to get her manager." He steps forward, calling for dumb Karen's attention, who is still ranting about Pan. Another bad move on her part, because my dad refers to him as his grandbaby. Awesome Dad, "I'm OP's boss. What exactly did she do to you?" Dumb Karen gets this smug grin on her face for a minute as she looks from Lowe's employee to me and then back to Awesome Dad. It's then that her face twists into this stricken expression as she recounts to Awesome Dad how I harassed her in Walmart a couple of days ago and got her thrown out of the store because I was friends with management, and how I had spotted her today and started threatening her and taunting her and yelling at her to get out of the store. Geez, this woman had a screw loose. I managed to mumble to Lowe's employee to go fetch the manager towards the beginning of her story, and Lowe's employee scurried off, coming back fairly quickly with her manager in tow, just as dumb Karen was demanding Awesome Dad to kick me out, and how she couldn't believe employees acted like this, and brought ugly animals to their place of work. Lowe's manager stepped up, looking around at our little group slightly confused. Apparently Lowe's employee had only told him a customer was harassing another customer and had to hurry. Lowe's manager, "I'm the shift manager. What seems to be the problem here?" Awesome Dad, "Yeah, sorry to bother you, but this woman came up and started screaming at my daughter. She assaulted her at the Walmart on Friday and got banned from the store. She now seems to think that she can get my daughter banned from here in return, so she's making up wild accusations." Dumb Karen's jaw drops at my Awesome Dad's calm, albeit stern explanation, as she looks between me and him. I don't know how she didn't realize he was my dad. I bear a striking resemblance to him, although most people say we look the most alike when we smile, and we weren't smiling right now. Dumb Karen. Your daughter? I thought you said you were her manager. Awesome Dad. No, I said I was her boss, which I am. She doesn't work here or at Walmart. Dumb Karen. You. Dumb Karen made a strangled sound in her throat. Her face almost turned purple in shade. Whatever she wanted to say, I guess words couldn't convey, because suddenly she launched herself at us, arms raised, fingers curled like claws, ready to scratch our eyes out. Awesome Dad was too quick for her though, as he shoved me out of the way and sidestepped her, causing Dumb Karen to run full force into the shelf behind us. She's lucky the lower drawers kept her from impaling herself in the eye with the hanging racks. Judging by her screams though, I'm pretty sure she scratched the hell out of her arms as she fell onto the floor none too gently. Dumb Karen began shouting assault and for help, and of course for the police. She got her wish. Lowe's manager radioed for security, and in less than a minute, 2 guys were hauling a screeching and cursing Dumb Karen up and marching her towards the front of the store. The police were called, and what should have been a 30-minute shopping trip turned into an hour-and-a-half long ordeal of speaking with multiple managers, giving our statements to the police, watching Dumb Karen lose it on the police, and having to be tasered in order to be handcuffed, and agreeing that this time, yes, I wanted to press charges. They took security tapes, and I gave them the name of my former manager from Walmart to contact confirming the earlier incident, as well as to see about getting their security tapes as well. We then finally got to pay for our stuff. Lowe's manager insisted on giving us 10% off our final purchase price for all the trouble. Plus he knew from working with us in the past just how much we'd spent at his store in the last year while we've been landscaping Awesome Dad's new property. This made Awesome Dad very happy, and he spent the last couple hours calling up his buddies and telling them about the lunatic at Lowe's and how he got a discount. He's a simple person to please. I wish he wouldn't have told his wife though, because she got very upset and worried about us. It's her normal state, and demanded for us to leave the rest of the yard work on my project until tomorrow and to just relax for the rest of the night. We obliged her, and I'm taking part of my resting time to write this update. I'm so shocked by this woman. I have never been spoken to by a stranger like this outside of my stint doing retail. Is this just how some people are? God, I hope she gets help. She won't be finding it at Lowe's though, because we were assured that Dumb Karen was banned from there as well. And as a side note, Lowe's is the only home improvement store in our county. The next available one is a Home Depot about a 30-minute drive up the interstate. Sucks to be her. Hey guys, you made it through the story. Such a satisfying ending. Karen got tased. Oh, what a glorious day it is. Thank you to everyone for your support, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and bell to keep up with these crazy stories daily. See you tomorrow.